Good morning. Dropping Dad off the backhoe. He's been down here by the field where we did a bunch of tiling this summer. That's 10 miles or so from the home farm. Was trimming on that fence row over there. Did a heck of a nice job, but he's done with the backhoe here, so he wanted to get it brought home. So dropped him off. It's raining today. Wasn't expecting that. It wasn't really in the forecast, but I woke up to the sound of rain this morning, and we haven't had much. Half a tenth maybe. Something like that, but you look at the radar and there's a bunch of light scattered showers all around the region, and so I don't know if we're going to shell corn today. Might be a good day for Phil to get caught up drying corn and do some hauling and get some stuff delivered and hauled out of the bins, because we aren't going to have room for all the corn anyway down there. So we'll see if we end up down to Berkey or not. I also could spend the day going and finding some seed customers and wrapping some of that stuff up if it's too wet to shell. That'd be a good thing. This is also the farm where I did that last little bit of drone spraying. We did that one tank load to kill the thistles. It worked. They're dead. Cool. It's the first time I've been down here to see that since we sprayed them. Well, the rain showers have moved out of the area. We didn't get much. Said 200s on our gauge, which is kind of a bummer, but is what it is. So I've been working on some computer work, doing some different things this morning, trying to get caught up with some seed business stuff, with some just stuff, paperwork. But we're going to head to Berkey here. I don't know if we're going to shell corn today. I don't know. It's just Phil and I probably. And I'm sure he's moving corn, probably hauling some stuff into town, because we can't store everything that we're going to grow down there anyway. So it's a good day for that. I do want to get the rest of that DAP spread out, the fertilizer. And they're bringing my gypsum today. So maybe we can just get all of that spread out, and then we'll be done with the spreader down there, and theoretically it could come home. So we'll work on that here this morning. And or probably early afternoon. It's 11 o'clock already, and then we'll see where we're at. If we can go shell a little bit today, there's about 10 acres left in that field we were in yesterday. It'd be nice to finish that up, so maybe we can do that. Well, there's a little water puddles on the concrete, so it must have rained here some at least, but I don't think it's been a lot. We probably could go shell corn. I did see some guys out on the way down here, so we'll see if Phil wants to do that or not. He's hauling dry corn out right now. Like I said, we've got probably 15 to 20,000 bushels of dry corn that we are going to have to haul out before we're done harvesting down here. So today was a good day to work on that. And I'm going to get this fertilizer done, but then we could go shell a little bit, get some stuff done tonight. That wouldn't be the worst thing to do. Alright, we got 2 fields to spread. Should use up the rest of our DAP in our spreader here. This is the first one. There's our map. We've got 3 different zones here. And let's see, where's our spreader match? 13,390, 13,401. Yep, that matches. That is close enough. That's good. So we'll turn our spinner on and we'll get our guidance line set up. We'll go ahead and get started here. Your boundary track. Let's go. Last pass on this one. There's our application map. And we'll go finish that last field. We got about 8,000 pounds left in the spreader. Should be right on what we're looking for. I don't know exactly if that's going to be perfect for the next field. It should be pretty close. If we have a little bit extra, we'll just spread some out in the field behind the grain bins and the farm over there, because we own that farm, and it's a good farm, and we'll just bank a little phosphorus over there if that's what we got. Finishing up this field here. There was actually a zone that didn't need any phosphate in this field as well here. This is our last pass. We do still have a little bit left. Looks like a little over 1,000 pounds. So we'll just go back to the home farm there and spread. It'll do maybe 10 acres. We'll put 120-ish pounds to the acre on. And we'll use that up, and maybe we'll load up some gypsum, or we'll see if Phil's around and he wants to go shell corn. I would love to do a little bit of corn here, but do what we can. Just had enough to make one round there. So we got that done. We'll park here, See if we want to load up some of that gypsum, but Phil's here. I'm going to go talk to him. That's pretty close on the DAP, especially considering I had that little bit of map that I brought down with me. Like, we used up about exactly what I thought we would. So our spreader's doing a good job. My numbers and figuring and math is spot on. We're in good shape. So the gypsum here, we had to get at 75 tons because 3 truckloads, and that works out to 548 pounds per acre or something like that. We're just going to put 550 and spread until it's gone. So apparently we had quite a bit more corn sitting around here than I realized. Both of our dryer bins were full. Phil says the little one there, which we've been transferring out of that one and filling the new bin there all along, because that one fills up pretty fast. But the big bin, the big dryer bin there, usually doesn't fill up quite so fast. But he said he could dump maybe one more batch up there, and that one was full. So he doesn't want to shell today. He just wants to worry about transferring corn and hauling stuff out. So he's on load number 6, hauling out, which is good. And he's going to try and get 8 of them out here today. So a couple more after this one. He did say that there is some wet corn in the grain cart over at the field yet. So I'll go over and empty that here in a little bit. But I'm going to get some of this gypsum spread out. I don't know if we'll get it all done here today. We won't worry about shelling corn tonight. That's all right. No big deal. We got the mower on. Big old counterweight today. I guess it's all right. I don't think it'll hurt anything, but be aware of it. See, the nice thing about spreading gypsum in the close fields to where your pile is, we can load it as full as we want. All right, we do got a little setup stuff we got to do. We got to take our divider out here. That piece. And we'll just put that on there. And we got to open our gate up. We need about a 5-inch opening. So one of the other changes when we go to gypsum from the fertilizer is we're only spreading a 60-foot pattern instead of an 80-foot pattern. So we've got to make more passes. That's okay. We're getting it dialed in here. I've had to adjust the gate and the density a couple of times, trying to get it to put the right amount on the scales to match, but we're getting pretty close here. This is the same product that we have back up at Waldron. It's the same company coming from the same place. So it should spread very similar to what we had up there. Got about 25 acres done here. Should have to refill once to, yeah, I think we can do this whole field in 2 fills. Yeah, just keep doing what we're doing here. It's a little rough. We got some tile lines. This is the last application to these fields, so technically they are ready for the ripper to come down here and get these ripped up. Now we're working back up at Waldron, or Dad's running it right now, ripping that weed stubble where we had that chicken litter spread yesterday. He got the backhoe this morning, so if they're going to spread all of our chicken litter here in the semi-near future, we're going to keep working up there so we can get that stuff worked in right away rather than bring the ripper down here. But at some point, the ripper's heading this direction. She's full now. Got a little over 30,000 pounds in there. Getting our pile used up. There'll be more than another spreader load there. I'm gonna finish this field. I don't know if we're gonna do much more than that. It's after 4 o'clock now. I gotta go over and empty the green cart. So yeah, we're making progress. We're getting there. They still got another load of gypsum to bring me yet, so I can't finish it all today anyway. Well, we're getting right down to the end of this spreader load here. I think that's going to be it. When we get to the back here, we jumped over to the other field across the ditch. Did about 25 acres here, perimeter, and then that little bit. Spreader's empty, so we'll head back to the farm. Call her good enough for today. It's almost 5 now. Brought the truck over to the field where we've been shelling. Phil says there's still corn in the grain cart and he needs it to top off the dryer to run the last batch tonight. So yeah, we're not going to shell, but we'll get the cart emptied here and be ready. Hopefully we'll have a much bigger day tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what we're going to do labor-wise. I don't know if Dad's going to come down or not. Brock's working his regular job tomorrow. He said he'd be around on Friday, so should have a big day on Friday, but we got to do something tomorrow, right? Brock got my windows all dusty again. That happens. That's pretty much how it works. You use stuff, it gets dirty. Oh well. Apparently the tarp is rolled on this. I didn't realize it before I started unloading, and I don't know if it would be a problem or not, but you're not supposed to unload stuff with the tarps closed because it can suck the air out of it so fast. It sucks down on the tarp and can collapse stuff or break stuff, or I don't know. So we're unloading it real slow because I'm not in a hurry. Okay, well, I think that's good for down here today. Phil's got one more load to haul out, and he was going to stick around and mess with the dryer and whatever's there. So we'll be back down here tomorrow to shell some corn. I'm going to go back up to Waldron, and we'll see what we got going on up there. Probably not much. My wife's coming home tonight. She's been gone for a week, so we're all excited to see her. We're going to make a stop here on the way back to the farm, and we're going to check on our double crop beans. Let's see what we got out here. I mean, they're coming along. We've got the unifoliate leaves out, starting to unfold the trifoliates. Looking pretty good. I do see we've got some insect feeding. That may be a problem. We might have to spray some insecticide out here. We got a little brown spot on this leaf. Maybe a shot of fungicide. Every bushel counts at this point, right? We got to produce every bushel of beans possible. That's why we just double cropped these after beans, right? We just left a few beans out here when we were harvesting. We figured we'll let these grow. Should be flowering around Thanksgiving time. Hopefully they'll be ready for harvest about the time we go to National Farm Machinery Show down in Louisville. I think they'll be ready for harvest. Something like that. The world needs beans. What can I say? We might as well produce as many as possible. So it does look like there's stands a little thin down in the muck ground there. We might have to do a little replant down there. I don't know. What are you gonna do? In all seriousness, though, for the day, yeah, these are volunteer beans. They are stuff that was lost at harvest. And before anybody starts telling me that I don't know how to run a combine, or that I need to buy a red combine or a black combine, or no, nobody would tell me to buy a silver combine. Let's be honest, that would be worse. But it was mostly header shatter loss. These beans were 9.5%, 10% when we were harvesting them. The potted really low. They were short from being dry this summer, and we just couldn't get them in the combine. They were short. There was nothing we could do. It looks much, much worse than it is. It takes a lot of beans, more beans than you would plant per acre to be 1 bushel per acre of loss. So it is what it is. They'll be okay. That field is ready for the ripper as well. So as soon as we get done with some of the other stuff Dad's working on, we can get over here and rip the beans under, and it at least won't look so bad. We're far from the only people that have fields that look like that. There are lots and lots of soybean fields. Basically anything that was harvested there in the middle of September, that they all look like that. No matter what color combine or what farmer or what varieties or any of that stuff, they all look like that. On that note, have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow. More productive day tomorrow, although we did get a lot done today. It's just not shelling corn. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Questions and comments, leave them down below. See ya.